Listen, we're looking for a LaserDisc player.
Oh, you mean LaserDisc player? You're out of luck, dude.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the retro analog devices we would love to become fashionable again, alongside the ones that should stay in the past.
Restarting. So, we have about 5 minutes.
Number 5. Floppy disks. Stay gone. We're starting our list with a piece of technology so iconic, it's still used as the default save icon in most applications. Before the wonders of modern storage devices, the floppy disk was how we stored data.
I printed a copy of the speech from the G folder.
Why does he have access to the G folder? I don't even have access to the G folder.
Yes, you do, Mike. We all do. It's the general file on the iCloud.
Everything was much easier when it was just floppy disks.
They work by using a magnetic storage medium, which contains digital data. So they're sort of both analog and digital. Either way, they have no place in modern society, except for their retro aesthetic.
The manufacturing of the diskettes is over, and so all of the diskettes that will be made have been made. I'm desperately trying to acquire as many diskettes as I possibly can.
In the 70s and 80s, they were the primary way to store data. A 3.5-inch floppy would have stored at most roughly 2 megabytes of data, not enough for most modern pictures.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Number 5. Handheld Video Cameras. Return.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1.
Almost all modern cameras will be digital, but in recent years, old-fashioned analog cameras have had a rise in popularity. For instance, Polaroid cameras have made a comeback as a piece of retro technology. This makes us wish analog camcorders would return too.
It's truly amazing. A portable television studio. No wonder your president has to be an actor. He's got to look good on television.
Sure, you can record some footage on your phone, then edit it to have the camcorder aesthetic, but it's not the same. Of course, storing your footage is way more inconvenient, needing to be kept on things like tapes. Still, the extra time and effort it takes make it a more satisfying hobby. So maybe they'll make a comeback soon.
That right, Charlie? You got that, right?
Oh, I did it, Frank!
Well,
I did it!
You were pointing the camera at him, right?
You got it right, the punch and everything, right? Yeah, no, I did point the camera at it, but you know what? I did not put a tape in here.
Number 4. Old school projectors. Stay gone.
What is that?
That is an overhead projector.
Do you ever use it anymore?
No, not really.
If you went to school before everyone had a laptop, you'll remember overhead projectors. It used to be the case that teachers couldn't simply whip up a PowerPoint, then plug it in and hit play. Instead, overhead projectors were common, which literally just projected a piece of plastic with writing on it onto a screen.
Because you had, complete freedom to write, draw, do anything else, or even use colored pens, the presentation materials could be anything you wanted. However, they were a little crude.
This meant teachers would instead bring lesson plans made on plastic sheets, then project them in front of the class. It often proved to be a painful experience. There were frequent technical issues, and if a teacher didn't check that it was centered properly, you couldn't see half the paper.
So remember, I'm putting it on upside down, so hopefully they've done it upside down.
Yep.
And it will look the right way up.
Number 4. Physical maps. Return.
Sir, we're at 1034 North Mount, first floor rear.
Good. Now which way's north? Point. That's east.
Before our phones all came loaded with live GPS and map apps, we had to read physical maps to figure out where we were. Using them to go from point A to point B could be a real challenge if you weren't skilled enough. Sat-navs have been around for decades, in fairness, but not everyone had one. And getting them to work could be a different kind of challenge.
Is this a joke?
I hope so, because I don't think I like it here at all.
Where the hell are we?
Traditional paper maps are harder to use than digital ones, but they're so much nicer to hold, feel, and look at. Plus, you feel amazing when reading one gets you to your destination.
You're folding it wrong.
Is it smaller?
Yes?
Then it's not wrong. Let's go. I will get you a new one when we get there.
Where are we going?
Number 3. CRT Televisions. Stay gone.
Jason, I didn't think you'd make it.
Yeah, photo shoot ran late. Plus I, wanted to miss all the heavy stuff.
Before the flat-screen TV revolution, Cathode ray tube TVs were the way to go. They were ridiculously clunky compared to modern standards. CRTs aren't made for the general consumer like they once were, but you can still find them. This has made them something of a collector's item.
About 5 years ago, you could go to almost any thrift store and the world was your oyster as far as CRTs were concerned. You could walk out with a very high quality Sony for like $10. Seriously, it was bananas! But then most thrift stores stopped accepting CRTs as donations, and the salad days for collecting were over.
In the 2020s, they have made a minor comeback, making their prices the highest they've been in years. This is mainly because retro media was all made for CRTs, so things like old video games look far superior on them. Still, we don't think they should make a major comeback anytime soon, due to their size and the fact that they can, although rarely, implode.
So sorry, man. What happened? It slipped, man. It's right through.
Number 3. VCR Tapes. Return.
No, I don't do double VHS.
But it's about doomed love.
Oh, well, that's relatable.
Precisely.
VHS was the standard form of storing video for decades. This has made many who grew up with it nostalgic for its return, just like vinyl. Unfortunately, VCR tapes are far less durable than vinyl. Despite this, nothing can compare to the charm of sliding a tape into the VHS player.
I'll make the popcorn.
Don't watch that tape!
Watch that tape! Well, sorry, I just really want to win the bet.
And here we go.
A surprising number of places still use them, like schools, libraries, and nursing homes. You can also get a lot of decorations made out of old tapes, giving your home a retro aesthetic. They were also great because you could record live television shows on them, which is one of the most old-fashioned methods of video piracy.
21 Jump Street, Season 1. You do not need this.
I need my Jump
So
Street.
buy the DVDs. It'll save you a ton of space.
No, the DVDs won't have the commercials on them. The original commercials, which is half the fun.
Number 2. Dial-up modems. Stay gone. Your computer losing its Wi-Fi connection entirely because your parent picked up the phone must sound crazy to the kids of today. Well, for years, dial-up internet was the fastest option available.
We had enough time to make a sandwich before Google loaded.
As the name implies, it worked via telephone networks. Its popularity peaked around the turn of the century and was replaced by the rise of broadband. With modern fiber optic technologies, dial-up feels like a distant nightmare, one we don't personally want to relive. Although we have to confess, the sounds it used to make will live rent-free in our brains for eternity.
Oh, okay, the internet is just two demons yelling at each other. That's actually pretty accurate. Yeah.
Number 2. Rotary Phones. Return. A gadget from old movies that looks oddly satisfying to use is a rotary phone. It doesn't work differently from any old landline, except for the fact that it's got a cool spinning dial.
Operator. Give me Western Union, please.
They're one of the most essential retro devices. They've existed since the late 19th century, but phone technology has come a long way since then, making them especially uncommon.
You know what that is? It's a rotary phone. You would have to do a 0, and it would go all the way around, and it took forever.
How much is that?
I'm sorry, I'm just telling her a story. And you would be able to hear in your house who was making phone calls by how long the dials were.
They're not as appealing as smartphones, as you can't get apps or games on them. That doesn't stop us from wanting them to come back, simply for the satisfying noises it makes when you dial in a phone number.
Suppose you want to dial 23650. Dial each numeral in this manner, pulling the dial around to the finger stop each time. Be sure to allow the dial to freely return to its normal position.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. LaserDisc. Stay gone.
I checked all of Pierce's wardrobes for portals to magical worlds. All I found was something called A Manual in Space on LaserDisc. I couldn't watch it, but it sounded sexy. LaserDisc.
Before DVDs, the major alternative to VHS tapes was LaserDisc. They were incredible for storing an analog video signal. They were primarily popular in Japan and Southeast Asia, but basically vanished in the 2000s. During the 80s and 90s, they became a bit of a collector's item for videophiles, but weren't mainstream like VHS.
Gourmet video for people who know and love video. I see. The system consists of this Magnavision optical video disc player, a LaserVision video disc, and my TV.
They were clunky, impractical, fragile, and expensive to make. Also, they were super loud, plus they could only store an hour of footage. This meant halfway through every film, you'd have to flip the disc, much like a vinyl record. Hence why we don't expect this format to make a comeback anytime soon.
Ha! LaserDisc will rise again, for they are the chosen ones, and they would gladly die for LaserDisc. Isn't that right, Disc Masters?
I don't know about die, per se.
Number 1. Cassette. Return. Our final entry for today's list is one of the most aesthetic ways to store audio, cassette tapes.
I think cassettes are the most human music format, and part of the reason is you don't skip around from song to song, you don't fast forward or rewind, and you're just kind of surrendering to the music as the artist designed it to flow from song to song.
For a while, they were considered out-of-date relics from the last century. Well, in the 2020s, they're becoming increasingly popular, and we hope this trend continues.
Well, I could just record my part on tape, I guess, and Jermaine could play along.
A tape? A cassette tape? No, can't do that, Brett. I'm not happy with that.
It's not at all about sound quality. They sound abysmal. Instead, it's all about the warmth of the experience. Nothing compares to the feeling of slotting a tape in, hearing it click as it begins, then watching it spin along as it plays your music. Vinyl has been mainstream again for a while now, and someday soon, cassettes might be just as popular.
A lot of independent labels are selling a lot of cassettes. There's a cassette manufacturer called National Audio Company in Missouri that's doing better than it did even in the 90s in terms of how many tape orders they're getting.
Do you agree with our picks, or do you think we missed some iconic devices? Let us know in the comments below.